Hello everybody, with Irithyll of the Boreal Valley behind us, it's time to head to Irithyll Dungeon. This area should be pretty cool, and we shouldn't really have too many problems as we are going around it, which is pretty awesome. So the enemies there aren't too bad. We were going to want to go to... what was it? Distant Manor, that's the one. So probably going to be visiting a lot of this area twice, mainly because on our first go through there are several locked doors which we need to get a key for, which we won't be getting until later. We are embedded, aren't we? Yep, cool. So whenever an enemy runs away from you, always remember that it's going to be a trap. Never fall for that. I should have want one still, never mind, that's cool. So on the left we have Pontiff Knight. Alright. Our free aiming is not up to par. Whoa. Shoot down. Definitely, I'm quite liking the scythe, I have to say. Ooh, that weapon is very slow though. Cool, through we go. You don't really need to worry too much about taking damage here because there's a bonfire fairly close anyway. Nothing in the corner, take you down. Couple of enemies over on the right. Firewatch armor, cool. Go, last time I shot, that's gonna be nice. And up the steps we go. I have to say, anybody that's been watching has probably realised I've been enjoying playing on the sorcerer build. It's finally starting to come into fruition and its damage is outrageous. So if you are planning on doing a sorcerer build, once I get the build video up for it, once it's finished, I do heavily recommend that you go and check it out because it is just absolutely an absolute pain train of a build at the moment. I got invaded a couple of times and the poor fools didn't know what hit them. I almost felt sorry for the guys. We should get an invasion around here. I think it triggers when we're on here. There we go. Come on, you. It's Alva down. Murakomo, don't know what that is, so I'll look at it later. So obviously with this character, because we've got some pretty decent combat stats at the moment, I'm going to be testing out a lot of different oh, of course we're still in online mode, we have to change that as we're going through here with this character, as she isn't ready for PvP at all. So we're going to rest of this bonfire, and I will be back in a second. Okay, so we're all sorted. Time for us to carry on with this area now. So it's going to be items in these couple of sides. As you collect them, you kind of get stuff squealing. I don't know, I think it's kind of just to make you jump, it doesn't really do anything. Some of these gates will be locked, we can't open these until we get a key later. Like that one for example. Now, hopefully we can kill these fairly quickly. Because these do have a fairly nasty effect in that all they basically do is look, we're going to get pushed off there. Let's not like that. There we go. There we go. So we are going to go down there anyway, but we don't really want to get pushed down there. So, but yeah, you'll see this in a second. These guys have this rather nasty effect that reduces your maximum health, so do be careful of them. So their attacks themselves aren't particularly damaging, but when they reduce you down to 1 HP, obviously that's not going to end well for you. Ooh. Looks like these guys are coming to join the party. Obviously, we do still have our pyromancer, which is pretty strong. We get to keep that later. That ends up being a shortcut for us. So you're going to want to throw firebomb down here. Ooh. Apparently, it's not going to let me float directly at him. Come on. Really doesn't like down. There we go. Now do be careful, these things are alive. One around here. Oh, I thought there was one around here. Okay. Cool. So don't worry too much about what you are and aren't using. Obviously, fairly soon we'll be able to go back up. This guy's going to do the grab thing. Let's get with him. Cool. So we're just going to kind of clear the bottom level. We'll go and rest again after we've done this. There's another one of these that grabs you as well, so make sure we clear these out. I think it's actually that one there on the floor. They really don't know how to fire, so that's cool. This guy drops a miracle. So I didn't really need to open that, never mind. So we're going to have a quick rest of the bonfire to replenish our ration Estus, and then we'll be taking the route across the bridge. Yeah. We know. Keep your food to yourself. So on back we go to Bonfire. Obviously these guys aren't particularly aggressive and they're not really doing all that much damage, and they're not giving us that many souls either, so not the greatest. You can you can die. Oh, it's not going to do. It is. Haha. Okay, cool. So I'm hoping that obviously as we upgrade our stats and the scythe, it does end up causing more damage for us. Don't know how we get a second pyromancer flame. I am going to have to try and play with that somehow, just so we can try and have one in both hands, because there's absolutely no reason not to. Go down. So these guys don't take one fireball each, which is nice. Or should I say fire orb. Haha, you miss. You die. Die. And you die. I said die. Ooh, I was to crack some mast. Didn't get that last time I came through here. That's nice. Got one down here. Shoot it. Oop. I think one of these does a grabby thing as well. Fry them. For the fried zombie. Jet trousers, cool. I'm gonna have to come back and get all these arm sets at some point. Absolutely worth doing, by the way. It's always a good idea to farm any new enemies until you've got their full armor set. But I try not to do it for walkthrough. I mean, obviously I did it for the Pontiff set just because it looks nice. But other than that, those arm sets, man. That's what they're there for. So this is the room I was thinking about earlier. That's got several of them in. So we can reach you. That'd be great. Yeah. Are you gonna come for me? Are you gonna come? Yeah. Okay. Right there will do. That works out quite nicely, and then we've got one just down here. Plunging attack! With a great scythe. There we go. A couple of these, not no, that. These are hostile. Again, they don't really like fire very much. Kind of strange looking enemies. We've got another simple gem, that's nice. So, main fact, infuse a shield with simple arm, just to kind of help us with focus point management. So it would be great to be regenerating focus points in between fights. Certainly extend the range with which we can last. We're not going to go that way. Not just yet. This is a shortcut for later. Now, the better way to get that is to actually go back upstairs and drop off on the other end. Or at least I think we can anyway. I'm sure that's how I got it before. Because when you chase after it, it's going to lead you into an ambush. This gives us a shortcut so we don't have to go the long way around again. So that's the bridge that we crossed through earlier. But I want to get the key before we start messing around with anything. Which I think is around here. There we go, Jailbreaker's key. That's going to let us open a couple of doors, but not all of them. Most notably, the one on the other side of here, which will get you the Bellowing Dragon Crest Ring, which is absolutely essential for intelligence builds. It's basically their equivalent to our Witch's Ring, I want to call it. Yeah, the Witch's Ring. So, this is pretty valuable. So we're going to go and collect that now. Down here we've got a couple of enemies trying to ambush you. So I'm going to jump on off. Don't know how far they'll follow or aggro on us for. But we're going to go and collect these. We've got a Homer Bone. Now we can get this crystal lizard without getting ambushed, because we can kill the ambush first. Oh, he didn't walk into the lava. Why? So let's go and get the scoop. Go and get this. Come on. Into the wall. Into the wall. That's it. There we go. Not really much reason to open this, just to get yourself attacked. So with that, I am going to use one of the homeward bones we just got. That way we can essentially just, without having to deal with everything we've already dealt with, come straight back down here with our full mana points again. So we're going to do that. Let's just see. Oh, you're joking. Ha! Okay then guys, I totally forgot about something. Okay then, so I hadn't in fact forgotten an Estus Shard. Probably should have checked my other videos before I went off and did that. I won't put it in the video, but obviously you're going to hear me saying, oh, we're going to go to Anor Londo, and then we appeared back here, so just so that you guys kind of know what ended up happening. I went and checked, we did obviously pick up the Estus Shard. So sorry about that. Hopefully there's not too much confusion for you. Hey! Stop! What's happening here? I'm like... Why am I over encumbered? There we go. I don't know what's happening there. Totally wrong healing potion there. Come on. That's very bad. Oops. No! Start again. Why does that do that? Interesting. Okay guys, so sorry about that. I did go back and check in Anor Londo, and we have in fact picked up the Estus Shard. So nothing to worry about there. I don't know why I was suddenly panicking that I'd forgotten something. So, you know, ignore what I just said last. We are absolutely fine. Let's get rid of this guy. Fireballs for the win! Whoa, stopped well in the wrong place there. Cool, you're next. Now, I'm not really too bothered about finishing them off. Or I should just kind of try to pass through here. So get down here in a little bit more of a fresh state than we were earlier. So take care of this guy. Come on, why don't you lock on? There we go. Take care of these guys. Comes to this point. Then we come on the right for another Estus shard, which we are going to poison as usual. Is that close enough? Pardon me. That one is. There we go. So I'm going to take a seat and I'll be right back. Okay then, so the Estus shard has been collected. I'm just going to wait here for a minute and grab a cup of tea. So shouldn't really look too bad to you guys, but I'm just kind of leaving it here, just so she's safe. We'll get ourselves prepared, ready to go though. I'll be back in a jiffy. Okay then, so tea in hand, we are ready to carry on with the area now. As you go up here, there are a few hazards to be aware of. We are going to have a lot of enemies coming over the end here. They shouldn't be too difficult to deal with. Now these ones don't have, obviously, the nasty gauntlets. There are quite a lot of them, so do be careful. But we have got the benefit of quite a good ranged weapon, which is quite nice against these, have to say. So apparently the site's crowd management is pretty good. Heh, you can stagger them with the roll, it's interesting. So those guys down. Oh, archers. No! Nobody likes archers. Oh, good up. No! Good up. One more down here. This dude's going to be a bit faster. Let's see if we can get your backstab on you. Nope. So, quite enjoying this right now. I'm going to grab this. Some extra solaice for us for later. Bone pie. Bit of poo pie. Kills through here. We are going to have a giant to deal with. Whoop, roll. Whoops. Didn't want to hit that. Yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah, got him, Let's go. We may or may not have enough magic here. Not good. Yeah, that's not what I want. Wake up. Oops. That's also not what I want. Roll through the door, quick. Yeah, stay with it. Cool, this should finish him hopefully. Damn it. Obviously, it doesn't really matter what you use on him to finish him off, as... Come on, go down. We are going to finish you. Wow, that hand, you just can't get out of the way of it. Because once he's dead, he won't respawn, so kind of the cost of getting rid of him doesn't really matter. You can just homeward bone and then get back here, which we may do anyway just for the levelling sake of it. There you go, that was better. So you are going down, mister, eventually, even if it does take a while. Well, I suppose we could see if we've got anything to throw at you. We did just get some fire bombs, didn't we? So... 2? Wow. 26, that's better. Oh. There we go! Firebomb! Running down, firebomb. Cool, so that's a few kills there. Obviously, we'll be able to come back for the Crystal Lizard later. We have got quite a lot of stuff to use up though. So, I am going to homeward bone. I will level up on screen, and then I'll just reappear right here again. Oh, damn. Let's do it, skip that. Ooh, attention, that's nice. Right, cool. So we're back. We've got a few things to deal with in various different areas. Obviously the shield is now simple, so our mana is slowly regenerating, which is quite nice. Okay, so we've got a few items down there to get. We're not going to get those just yet, we'll get those on the way back through. First off, we're actually going to come off this side for those steps right there. And then we're going to come up into here, where we have yet another mimic. So, usual score. Should be right. Yeah. So this time around, whilst that's dying, we're going to... Let's get that back on. Go ahead and head up the ladder. Takes us up here, which gives us the ability to... Where is it? Yeah, we get the ability to jump out over onto that ledge just there. There we go. Nothing amazing, gets us some lightning bolts, but, you know, collecting everything and all that. That's our thing. Okay, so next order of business down there is that door. I'm trying to remember where it takes us. Let's go and do it. Anyway, we got Ember, don't we? Right, cool. So, down we go again. It's horrible, horrible fall damage. Ooh. Now, there's not very much point in fighting these rats because they do just keep coming. So, unless you're kind of getting trapped in, you're not going to get much from them. Profaned Flame, that's going to be good for us. Ooh, they get stuck there, do they? Nice. And then we go up the lift, which I believe unlocks us a shortcut. Yeah. So this is the original bonfire that we start from, and obviously this is now going to give us much easier access to where we just got to. This place is full of nice little useful things like that. Cool, so the rat's been reset. You can run past them all again. But that means that the mimic has been unpoisoned. Yes. Whoops. Never mind. Okay, so let's get off here. Alright, so directly under the ladder, eh? Only one? Oh man. Down you go. Right, so being as we were a bit premature earlier. Alright. So I'm gonna repoison this dude, I'm just gonna appear back, stand next to him. So we're back. Mimic is dead. And we can carry on with our journey. So up we go. We've got another mimic coming up as well, so just be aware of that. I did not realise we could actually chug an Estus on the way up the ladder, so that's a bit of a waste. Sorry about that, guys. Whew. So I'm going to come... oh, where was it? There we go. So I don't really need to run across the other side now, I'm just going to run on down. There we go. Back down the ladder, we've got a few more rats to deal with. Just over this way. Pickaxe. There we go. Simple, we've got a few more rats over here. Oh yeah, that heavy attack. Oh, shame it takes too long. There we go. Treasure souls, we'll take those. There's that. As you can hear, we've got some basilisks behind us. They won't start coming down until we go back the other way usually. So, mimic number 2, I think it's the left one. Let's wait for it to... yeah, so it's the left one. Now, there is a way of telling whether it's a mimic or not by the chain. So as you can see, that chain there is curled around. That chain there is kind of just straight and forward. Which just tells you whether or not it's a mimic. If you want a quick way of doing it, but I always just like to wait for the head to move. So I find that easier. Come on. There we go. So again, I'll cut back to when he's dead. See you in a second. Okay then, so mimic dead. Oh, it will be. Dark Look Ring, it's going to be good for us once we start getting into our dark magic. And the old cell key, which is going to open a few more doors, although not all of them, so we still don't have all of the keys that we need yet. However, we do have a ton of basilisks who don't like fire. Eat my flame! There we go, basilisks down. So apparently basilisks really don't like fire. That's cool. Now you may or may not have noticed on the way up there is a cave coming out of here, which is going to lead on to the next area that we need to go to. It's going to start out with two big rats on the left hand side. There you go. Oh, one down. Looks like we are finally going to need to use an Ashen Estus. Shield, the Blessed Shield is actually helping to manage our focus points quite a lot better. So that's nice. Dung pie. Dung pie. Everyone likes a bit of poo pie. Apparently, anyway. So, stats are looking okay. These guys won't aggro on you until you start attacking them. Whoa. Usually. You'll go down. Wait till I upgrade my Pyromancer Spade and you get out in one hit. over this way, we're going to go and grab another shortcut before we kind of start dealing with these guys. Be aware of this area. We are going to be coming back here later. That there is accessible, but it's quite late game. So, I mean, if you want to go and Google Archdragon Peak, obviously my sorcerer guide has already done this. And this shortcut brings us out to the other locked gate that was on the other side of the bridge from where we were earlier, which you will see now. There we go, so that's that done. On the way down we're going to have a pretty cool item that I want to use on my faith build, just so I can call him Kakashi, because it's called Lightning Blade. Just here. Whoa! Nearly missed it then. Lightning Blade! Don't know if anybody else kind of likes Naruto. It's a me thing, sorry. Probably one of the only actual animes that I really get into. And I don't know why. I apologise for that if anybody else is like more into some of the other ones. So, over to the left, we're going to have a room full of these little things here. Deal with these. Getting a bit overconfident with this Chaos Fireball, I have to say. You're next. Boom. You next. You next. Oh, what did that hit? Oh, the manacle, really? A little bit unfortunate. Hey! Oh. Come here. No, we dodged. Oh, we got a sickle. That looked painful. I am death. Eat my scythe. There we go. This is the Profaned Coal. It's going to be nice. I think that allows us to imbue with, I can't remember if it's dark or deep, but essentially there is like two versions of dark, like there's two versions of fire. And we'll see which one ends up better off for us actually with our stat distribution fairly soon, I guess. Let's take some of this. Now over on that right hand side there is an NPC that's going to be very useful to us. She will give us the more advanced pyromancies, which Cornix wouldn't take from us earlier. Let's get some of this over there. Eat some fire! I really don't like this pyromancy. It's just awesome. Come on! You can only take me down to 1 HP at a time, so it doesn't really matter how many of you are looking at me. Cool, we're going to go over this way. Obviously probably going to have a heal in a second. Now we have another mimic. So we're going to poison this guy. Whilst we fight off the rest of them. Heh. Well, that was unintended. Okay, and so with that, we're going to wait a couple of minutes for this poison to take effect. I'm just going to wait right here. Those guys ain't going to get up, so that's going to have gotten us a couple of kills and a mimic kill. So, see you in a couple of minutes, guys. Cool, so we got dead mimic, take some talent skills. I'm going to go in this gate on the left. Grab ourselves the Xanthus Ashes and Dusk Ring. Things are squealing again. Now that door on the other side, there's very little reason to go in there. I'm still yet to find a reason to go in there, so I'm not actually going to open it on this playthrough. I did it on my sorcerer playthrough, and I basically just ended up fighting one of those really fast moving aggressive guys for no reason. So I'm not going to bother with that. I'm going to kill this guy. There's no need to right now, but just to show you where the witch is for when you get the key. So we're going to be getting the key for this later. Although not that later, it will be. It's fairly soon. But just so you know this, that's Alva set. That only appears if you defeat Alva. It's a nice armor set. Usually has pretty good stats. Well, it had pretty good stats in Dark Souls 2. Has pretty good stats in this one for its weight class as well. So worth knowing about. And that is Irithyll Dungeon complete. Obviously, other than the locked doors, we are going to have to go back in there again after we've cleared this area. So do be aware of that. First, large sword of warrior, and then we have a bridge to cross. Now this bridge, if you look over there, you can see that there's like a statue over on the wall. That statue is a gargoyle, and it's going to fly over and attempt to stop us from crossing the bridge. Now it doesn't do a very good job. We are just going to run straight on ahead, just roll through its attacks. But it can't really do anything. So, you know, if you want to take pot shots from it from here, feel free. Doesn't really do much. But you know, we are kind of just gonna head on into the area. Leave them alone for now, because we don't really care. Before we hit the bonfire, we'll go and grab that item on there, just because it gets on my nerves, seeing it there, and it's kind of just no point in it being there. Although I guess it does show you how to get back up there, if you do come down inside and need to rest. So we're just going to do this. We'll deal with this area in the next video. We'll keep Irithyll Dungeon separate to the Profaned Capital. Some rusted coins. Up over this way. And we are going to hit the bonfire and call the video. In fact, let's have a look. Yep, we're going to get another level as well. While we're at it, might as well. So we've got some stuff, we've got a bone shard, which is nice. And we are now going to head our way back to Firelink Shrine. I'm going to put 1 point into achievement because we're desperately needing more more focus points. I keep calling them faith points, I don't know why. I think I'm just going to keep on calling them faith points and not care that they actually called focus points. They're faith points to me now. Sorry guys. So, I suppose while we're here we'll take care of some business. We've got ashes to give to people, so you can have that. I'm going to need a few extra souls. Let's keep hold of that, that's going to be good for later. Keep those for later. 300 souls, what can I do for 300 souls? Why not? There we go.
Ashen.
Get ourselves an extra.
Well, very well then.
An extra achievement point. That's cool. We're going to end up with 5 more in achievement. 30 achievement I think is the sweet spot for it. Anybody else that wants to have more in it, feel free. Obviously you don't have to stick to the kind of same level restrictions I'm giving to myself. That's pretty cool now. I think we're looking quite strong. Our health is a little bit low. So that may be something that we focus on fairly soon. We do need to hit at least 27 within the next few areas really. That's going to hit 30, that's going to hit 30. Vitality can stay where it is, don't really care. Strength, dexterity can stay where they are, and then the rest of our points are going to be hitting into intelligence and faith fairly soon.
Well, I should make.
So with that, I think that's everything that we need to use. We've got an Estus shard and a bone shard to deal with. Now that we've hit 10 heals, unless it's a specific reason, then we're going to be having 10 heals to 5 Ashen Estus flasks. That's just how I'm comfortable. If you want it a different way, do it your way. I mean, if you're not taking any damage because you're hitting stuff with fireballs, by all means go all Ashen Estus. That's just the way I have it. Burn Undead Bone Shard, which means we'll be recovering more for each of the heals that we use. Let's check to see if we've got more. That's cool. So with that, that is Irithyll Dungeon complete. We're going to be going through the Profaned Capital next, defeating Yorm. Then at the end of that, we'll go and use the keys in Irithyll Dungeon. We'll be getting the witch and another set of ashes, and then that will be it for the main part of the game. Like, once we've done Yorm, we'll be defeating the dancer. We'll have unlocked Lothric Castle. We'll have 2 optional bosses to defeat. With 3 optional bosses with 3 optional areas, and then the final part of the game. So we are like 2/3 to 3/4 of the way through the game now. If you've stuck with this long, thank you very much. I'm still getting some great support from you guys. Really enjoying creating these walkthroughs for you. So you know, enjoy it. Good job to you guys as well as me. See you soon.